audio. Yep, we're all good there. All right. The YouTube up. Where are we right now? Just so I can grab some music quick.
Uh,
I'm an artist.
You're an artist.
They are in Swampville.
Oh, that's right.
we're in
I'll grab that
my house.
your house in the middle.
In the middle of the street.
Your house. What if I just grab this? This will work.
What the incarnation?
Yeah, that's the little noise that happens now whenever we start up the YouTube thing.
The activity? Okay.
Yeah. Every time somebody joins, I'll also hear it.
Good. I'm gonna join it. Let me know if it's too loud. My headset somehow died, so I'm full speaker now.
Okay. Should be low. All right. We return to Yimbo's farm. I guess we'll just pull up the map of Silicica. I believe we are rising from drunken stupors and assorted stages of rest.
And then the mushroom juice.
Yep.
Uh,
Oh, nope, this is the wrong fucking place. Oh, Silicica looks very similar.
I remember that map. I fought an army there.
Yeah, you did. There we go. That's better.
Never forget, guys. I single-handedly cleaved 2 people in one swing.
In half.
How could I forget? That was like Mo's opening act.
Show you his real, the true Mo and I.
Alright. Well, who wants to take us out as we start here?
Jimbo being home would probably go on his little morning walk. Probably just walk around the swamp with Rocky, you know.
Yeah. You take your stroll. You peek a look around, and let me just check my calendar here. Just want to make sure something tricky's not happening just yet. No, we're good. All right. It is now the 10th of Vanath. What are you thinking? What's going through your head as you tread around these familiar grounds? I don't think it's been that long necessarily since you were last here.
No, I think the last time I was here, I just stopped in for a couple hours, ate, and then left.
Yep. We were like, okay, we're flying out to another planet.
Yeah, I wanted to at least say goodbye to my family if something happened. Yeah, so Jimbo's kind of just looking around, admiring his old home for what it is and what it was. Kind of like, this will probably be one of his last walks through this area. Yeah, probably just looking for some junk. Junk that he could work on.
You want to look for some junk?
Oh, yeah.
Alright, roll it up. I just realized that a lot of the tools that you would need to like collect stuff, you can now use your Omni tool for. So
that was part of the idea too. Yeah. It's like I could just, Farmville it. 37.
You rolled a 3 and got 37.
Well, I guess it would be a 39 then.
Yeah, that'll do. Goodness.
So, a 3 and a 1.
And is this just like salvage, just looking for whatever you can find?
Yeah,
Okay.
it doesn't. It's not necessarily like mining or anything.
All right. This is. This is a Barley? Question. Yeah, it sure is. All right. Roll me a. It is a 30. So yeah, just roll me a d6, please.
What 5?
Is it a 5? Perfect. So that's a legendary something or other.
Oh.
Now I get to sort through what exactly that's going to be.
Legendary swamp gas.
Maybe.
Could be.
Could be.
What fell out of a portal and washed up
Oh, I
here?
forget that. Yeah.
Now
Cool.
it's 4. Okay. Oh, no. Yeah, I see. All right. 10. You will spot a critter. Actually.
Oh.
Yes, very much something that has fallen out of a portal here. It is this sort of rare looking bird. It is crippled at its legs. It looks like it's crashed down here, and is either very sickly. It is. Yeah, it's very sickly looking. It looks like it either needs care, or it's time for you to, put it out of its misery and get from it what you can.
How big is it?
It is quite large. It is about the size of you. This thing is resembling something of almost like a massive toucan.
I speak out to it. I say, "What happened? What happened, friends?" As I go to reach into my pouch for a healing potion.
You hear a kind of voice ring out. I was sailing and I just happened to fall through, and I was just trying to get some food. Where am I? It smells awful here.
Well, you're here on this planet. Are you from Eleanor?
What?
Oh. What plane are you from? As I'm healing him and applying some bandages.
I hear from a mountainside that it floats. You see?
Oh,
I know that.
Well, I can't say I'm familiar, but that's okay. I'm here to help you. My name's Jimbo. What's your name?
What? Oh, let's see. Let's think here. From the plane of, what would a bird call himself?
What would a bird call himself?
What would a bird from the plane of air call himself? I know what Aarakocra named themselves, but this is not that.
An airbird?
Yeah. Something like you know what? My name is Pablo.
Pablo? There it is.
There it is.
Pablo?
Yes?
Well, welcome to my, you kind of fell into my, one of our swamps here. I wouldn't say it's my swamp. But, yeah, this area is known for random portals just opening up and stuff falling through. But,
can I be honest with you? That sucks.
Go ahead. It does. all types of things fall through, and it's not always fun. Sometimes it is. Sometimes it's nightmare wrenching. But yeah, we let me get you back to town, and we can get you some more help.
Make an animal handling check with advantage.
Alrighty. Really, I only have a 3.
Nice. Okay.
All right.
All right. As long as you can, fix me up, I'll go with you. I got nothing else to do. I
And
saw these weird
Go ahead.
fish earlier. Just keep me away from them.
of course, and I put him on Rocky's back, and I start heading back to town.
Okay.
Pablo.
Pablo, you gained a legendary, legendary, like animal. It is not really of any specific Aelinorian species. It is from the plane of air. It is basically just either a crafting resource or something that you can make use of. It is a male. If it was a female, it'd give you eggs. You'll have to see what he can give you in this form. Or you can just wring his neck. Up to you.
Probably not. Probably gonna try to turn him into a follower of mine.
Sure.
But yeah. All right. That's what Jimbo does for like an hour or two.
Yeah, that takes an hour. Walk back, get the bird some help, and he sticks around. Oh. What the fuck are you doing again? Alright. Who is next? Mo. Bran. Roll for it if you care, or whoever wants to go first. I'm always talking. I'm gonna beat his ass later.
Baron, up to you.
Go ahead, Mo.
Okay. So we'll go back a little bit in time to when Jimbo dropped Moenheim off in Astra. She was extremely upset about that. After drunkenly breaking chairs and furniture, just stumbling through, she convinced him to heal himself with his healing hands, and then they go to bed and whatnot. Wake up bright and early after that talk of a night she had, just scouring at him like, "You can't come here drunk. Don't do this again." Standard stuff.
Yep.
I woke up, trains, and then he starts going to the temple, where he last saw Coda, the one that's built there. Can I do like a check on the way towards the temple, back in Artis?
What
Like,
kind of check? So,
Like how we do like checks in the neighborhood or whatever, like check the ground for stuff.
oh, sure, yeah, just like a forage check. Yeah, go for it.
Yeah. What am I rolling?
For you, it's gonna be investigation or survival. Either one.
They have that Smith area. What is it called? Like where the elementals are and everything.
Oh, let's go back to the other map, I suppose. Yeah, they do.
Oh, can I just do a Smith tools check then?
Oh yeah. If you want to like look for ores and stuff, yeah, 100%. Oh god. 19. Okay. We open up the old document. Prime material plane. Oh lord, Artis Prime. This one. There we go. Alright. You've gotten a 19, and you are mining, so go ahead and roll me a d6. 5. Okay, that's good. Roll me a d10 then, please.
6.
6, okay. Okay, nice. You will find a uncommon jewel buried in the rock.
Cool. All right. Once at the temple, doing his training or whatnot,
Mhm.
I have the armor to see the exact verbiage you gave for the uh temple teleportation thing.
Yeah.
Whatever.
So what it allows you to do, you can create a portal basically as if you had cast teleportation circle from place to place. So instead of binding to a teleportation circle specifically, which is what that spell does, you instead decide on what specific Coda temple you want to transport yourself to, and you would appear at the holy altar of that site.
Would I have knowledge of these things, of the different sites?
You have knowledge of whatever ones you've been to in your life.
Okay. So it would be have a break here and then Halzar.
Yep. And
Okay.
and any other ones in your homeland too, right?
Yeah, I figured that'll be the ever break ones.
Oh, I might not have heard what you said.
No worries. Okay. I guess I will. Sorry, that changed my plans for me.
Was there a Coda temple in Eastgard?
I don't remember. Let's. No, there was one to Raldir.
Okay. Yeah, I was trying to get with the King Tall Belly.
Yep.
And the Hill Giants. So
I would say if you would think that they have one, I'll let you roll a D100 and try to get there.
do that.
Goat. Yeah,
No.
do that.
First time use of ability, see how he handles it.
Yeah.
42.
42. All right, let's take a look here.
See where I end up.
42. Description. Ah, okay. Reroll a D100, please. You are going to take, as you try to travel, you get there, but you peer within the ground. Okay, 27. Reroll again. As you are zooming around, reroll again. 62, there we go. Alright.
Oh no.
Alright.
And Mo was never seen again.
The distance off target is 40% the distance that was to be traveled.
Would that put him in space?
That would put him
Yeah.
in the middle of space. Well, I'm gonna say that instead of that,
I went back to Temple and Halhazar and did it.
yeah, we'll say that you got the first no. So that's multiple increments of you failing. So okay, so this is how it works. You weren't anywhere close, but you did get to Eastgard in the first one, and then you were kind of just shunting around. You're about to take a bunch of force damage, by the way. You are now instead just outside of that area. You're in, it'd take you a while to stroll there. But you're within walking distance of this place. Hold on. Or at least travel distance. Why don't you roll me at one more what's it called? D8. Yeah.
So
7.
All right. You're in those woods. So you have taken 42 force damage as you have shunted around reality, trying to get to this place, appearing in different mountain ranges and underneath hills and falling from the sky and things like that.
Pretty on par.
Pretty on par.
I like that.
Yeah.
Where do I sense that temple is near? Like here?
So you're heading to the city of Inudir, is where it's likely established.
Okay.
You remember that is where
That
the
he is?
yeah, that's where all the dwarves that used to live on that sort of lakeside area used to live, the hill dwarves that moved up north. But the hill Goliaths have since moved here as well and made a sort of joint community. So that's very likely, and you are also told that that's where Nomad was from, and that's where King Tallbelly currently resides. You're not quite sure of where the actual cities of the Goliaths are, if they even have them, or like the towns and villages, but they're probably up in these mountains up here.
Okay. I just fly over to Inudir and look for either a familiar face of Nomad or something that looks like the temple to drop off
Okay.
at.
What's your fly speed, quick?
110. If it's far, I can use a haste to get there faster. That's a minute. Never mind.
Divided by... Hold on, I gotta do some... 110 feet per 6 seconds to MPH. So you can do 12 hours 12 miles an hour. Okay, that's not that bad. So it's 60 miles away.
So 5 hours.
Just under 5 hours. So you fly for a while, over this forest, and you come in to what appears to be this kind of sprawled out logging town, but it features sort of a mismatch of design here and there. You spot these high dwarven, homes that are, built and sprawl out and kind of dig into the ground a little bit. This sort of a hilly area that kind of makes up this cliffside that overlooks this beautiful inland lake. That's just massive. It is a like you see like ships and things like this like all set aside, and it's like a bustling area. But you also see kind of intermingled here groupings of these tents and things like that, of these very tall folk here and there. You actually spot occasionally people who tower over some of these houses, even who seem to be like carrying big cages of stuff on their back and big crates and stacks of logs and all sorts of stuff like that. What would you like to do?
Go straight to the temple, just to
key it in, sure.
Yeah.
Using your sort of divine sense with as a champion of Coda, you seek out where this area might be, and sure enough, you see kind of built out of misshapen stone, a more, I would say, you've seen depictions of Coda before, but you've not seen one this portly, I would say. He is he's much he's very, he's representing the hill giants and their shapes. You see that he seems to be wielding a massive club instead of his sword, but this is unmistakably still Coda, as represented within Hill Dwarf culture. You have learned of this place and can now travel here wherever. Are you just flying above, or are you trying to make contact with locals as you've arrived here?
I was flying above, low enough to where they see me,
Sure.
and just obviously go straight to the. I land at the temple, and then Is there somebody working the temple or at the temple or anything like that?
Yeah, you see a couple people just beating the shit out of each other. But you also see, this like really large and like bearded hill giant. Not a Goliath, not a dwarf, but a straight up giant. Who is kind of just sitting. He looks very old. But he's like sitting on his knees and kind of in a mock prayer, just like mumbling stuff. His back is not turned to you as you've entered this room. He is instead facing the door. And he's kind of just talking to himself, it sounds like. It doesn't really necessarily sound like prayer of any sort. It's just kind of like ramblings.
Okay. I speak out to him in giant. What is it? It's morning, afternoon. It's like, good afternoon. I don't mean to interrupt.
One of his eyes like pops open, the other one slowly rises, and it reveals itself to be kind of this like almost glassy looking like white eye. As he kind of blinks over to you, he takes a while for him to focus up.
Oh,
Well,
1 second, I'm sorry.
I ain't seen one of you kind round here. What are you doing? What do you want from me?
Pardon the intrusion. I am Moenheim of Light, champion of Coda, seeking audience with King Tallbelly. If you
Audience with the well, let me think here. Champion of Coda, you say?
that's correct.
You wouldn't mind putting that to the test now, would you?
If this mace and this armor doesn't do it for you, I'll gladly prove myself.
Riches like that don't mean a lot here, you'll learn. Alright, youngin'. Square up. And he is going to initiate the that age-old Coda ritual of trying to suplex your ass. Alright, go ahead and make your first athletics check against this actual hill giant.
Can I add my might to the reaction?
Sure.
And then, do I roll with advantage with that?
If you would normally. Let's see. I'm gonna get you your armor quick here, okay? Because I just finished it. I was typing. Alright. There we go. I did also reduce down the damage and recharge of the lightning bolt thing.
Okay.
There's that. I don't know why there's a space there. Hold on. I will make my athletics check here. Hill Giant. 22, what'd you get? 29? You grab him by the leg. Describe what you do.
Oh, 1 second. Let me change this whatchamacallit. I grab him by the leg, you say?
Yep.
As he's running towards me. I grab him by the leg, and then I move past him so that he falls face down on himself, like on his face.
Okay. He smacks his like really large nose into the ground, You can like see his mass like ripple as he falls down. The weight of this creature kind of becoming apparent to you. He looks up and you hear him like let out like a slight toot as round 2 begins. Go ahead and roll again.
Okay.
Yeah. With that, you will, as he tries to get back to you again, he goes low. What do you do?
I jump up and fly up above and dodge it, and then right as he's under me, slam straight down with all my weight on him.
Okay. He seems to almost deflate from that strike as he falls down to the ground and kind of skids and tumbles eventually as he hits this like kind of dirt and stone area. He begins to gnash his teeth, and he looks a little bit more feral than he once was. And he begins to hungrily grab towards you. Go ahead and make that last check. He instead is going to do something a little bit different.
Okay. Ooh. Not like a nat
Natural
1.
1. Okay. Instead, he's going to grab you and begin to bite down on you. You are in his mouth now. Go ahead and make your last check, or something else if you'd like.
Yeah, I'm gonna Misty Step,
Okay.
and then get behind, like Misty Step. I'm gonna chokehold at the best of my ability.
Okay.
Is that with advantage on that one?
If you have advantage, then yes. 38. I natural 1, so you will grab him and get him from the back, begin to pull on his neck, and he falls unconscious as you get him in a chokehold. Quickly loses air and stumbles down.
I use a little bit of my lay on hands to get him back upright.
He doesn't quite, kind of like reaches around and tries to open his eyes. He's like, well, what, you have proven yourself. I thought I was mighty strong, but it seems like you, traveler, are, worthy to make an appearance before our king. I'm sure he'll be happy to see you. Of course, you can only have such an audience with him during our nightly parties.
You were plenty strong, trust me. But I never say no to a good feast.
Good. Well, it is customary for one to bring their own course to such a meal. Do you have something of offering? Otherwise, you might want to go find and scrounge something up.
I know my way around the kitchen. Can you point me to a place I can prepare?
Oh,
A
if
dish.
you go out into town, I'm sure you'll find a number of places that you can grab. You might want to fight for your spot, though. People are going to start getting a little antsy before party time.
Understood. Before I go, I never got your name.
Oh, you can call me Spit.
Pleasure to meet you, Spit. I'll be on my way now. I'll see you at this evening's festivities.
He gives you this, like, big, ugly grin. Very well. Good. I'm very happy to make your acquaintance here.
Likewise. I want to find a place to both brew and cook.
Okay, yeah. You find a
And I'll do that.
number of spots. You find some dwarven fellas who are busy, making beer, and you can make use of their kitchen there for brewing stuff. Otherwise, there's a number of different places that you can just cook. There's like open campfires where meats are just being openly smoked. Different shacks and things like that made out of animal hides where people are preparing food. All different sorts of little kitchens. People are eating here constantly. Either feeding these Goliaths or feeding the actual just giants that have also taken up residence here.
I plan to brew like I normally do for my Coca-Cola,
Okay.
but for my food, I'm gonna use that 1,000 gold worth of great mushroom that I found,
Okay.
and I'm also gonna add some dust to my meal.
Yeah, no problem there. What kind of dust?
Let's do it right. I'm gonna go ahead and do my gold dust.
Nice. Okay. Very good. And then, why don't you make me a cooking check first of all with your big mushroom.
Yep.
Go for it.
Oh yeah.
That's fucking crazy. All right. Did you want to recreate any recipes that you know, or did you want to try a new one?
A sure tried and true, like mushroom stew that I've done in my travels.
I'm meaning
1,000.
mechanically here.
Oh. No, just I'm adding the dust to this, so I don't know if that's.
Yeah, I
sorry.
mean that's fine. So there's different recipes that you can make. And
Okay.
either you learn new ones, or you have ones in your cookbook that you should be keeping track of that you just rely upon.
Oh, tell you what, since I'm surrounded by folks, I get some hints from here and there.
Okay.
Look how they're preparing theirs.
Sure. All right. Then why don't we both take some dice, and you can pick between which one you want to do. All right. So
Okay.
roll a d13.
It's a weird number, but all right. 1d13. Got an 11.
11. Okay. So the one I find out is the food that you make here will. So there's a recipe for making food that gives you advantage on saving throws against being poisoned, and then the one that you cook up and kind of think about is one that increases your passive perception by 4. Which one would you like to make?
The advantage against poison.
Okay. All right. So that is a big success. Why don't you roll me a d20 and a d6?
That. And then I messed up stats of them, and then that. Of a 6, baby.
Nice. All right. You definitely succeeded by 8. So roll again. Awesome. You did a really good job here. So, yeah, d20 and d6. Did you get the highest you could?
On the 6, excuse me. On the 6, I got a 6.
Nice.
Did a 16 and a
20.
4.
Okay. All right. This food has the following effects. All right. First of all, you make how many servings here? 29. So that is 2 servings is it normally. Oh, okay, I see. So it's 4, 5. It's 20. Or no, is 18. 20 is 6. 22 is 7. 24 is 8. 26 is 9. 28 is 10. So you make 10 servings of the food that does the following, okay? Let's see. Okay. For the next 48 hours, anybody who eats that food cannot become inebriated at all, and can cast the thaumaturgy spell at will. They gain that +4 bonus to perception. And you gain advantage on survival checks to track creatures.
Survival. Just to confirm, can't be inebriated for 48 hours. Can cast thaumaturgy at will.
Yep.
Plus 4 perception and advances to track creatures using survival checks.
Yes.
That's awesome.
And you have 10 servings of that.
Nice.
And you also add the gold dust.
Yes, all 12 of my dailies.
And it's just straight up dust, so anybody who also eats that food will regain 1d4 hit points.
Of 1,000 gold mushroom stew.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Well, it's fit for a king.
Yeah. What rolls do you want me to make for this Coca-Cola?
Go ahead and make the same. Make your check for cooking. Or is it brewer's tools? I don't remember which one I'm making you do.
Let me see if I have those. I thought it was just I have brew supplies, so yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, go for it. Oh, that's for alcoholic stuff. Yeah, just use your cooking check. Yeah. Cook's utensils.
21.
Okay. 21, nice. Alright. This is a drink, so you will... Are you just trying to make up your Coca-Cola?
Yeah, the alcoholic one.
Ah, okay. Make
Even
your make your brewer's tools check then. I misunderstood. We'll say that the batch comes out. Now this is just the alcohol part.
Do I just do a flat con check for that?
Oh, do you not have
But I don't have
proficiency?
proficiency.
Okay, then yeah, just
No,
make a con check. Yeah.
Oh,
9? Okay. It comes out a bit strong, but that might be a good thing. Either way, the batch is good. So.
Cool. Yeah, I spend the rest of the afternoon doing that till the party.
Okay.
And while I'm doing that, if we want to go to Brand, we can. Or if you want me to keep going.
Yeah, between the 5 hours of travel, the 1 hour of the mining previously, and then the I would say probably only about an hour of cooking or so. Well, actually 2 hours of cooking. Then I would say that you will, as soon as you're done with this batch, have a little bit of time to socialize before the party actually begins. Before then, we will return to Bran.
Nice.
Bran, you are out in the countryside with old Jim. What are you doing?
Bran has basically woken up very early for him, probably late for everybody else who's been, sleeping it off.
Yep.
But he is going to see if he can talk Jessica into going for a bit of a walkabout and just kind of chatting, getting to know her, seeing the places that she likes, that sort of thing. Because Jimbo's gone because Jimbo wakes up earlier than God, except now that he is one. Just enjoying getting to know her a little bit. There's a little bit of, he's feeling a little bit more himself. He's a little bit more comfortable now. So there's a little bit of, I'll say light flirting going on, but being a gentleman, getting to know her, that sort of thing. We don't have to worry about, we'll just let that be fun off-screen things. And
Sure.
As after a bit of a walk with that, and Bran actually working up an appetite before just like, let's just down breakfast because we've got everybody else is leaving me behind. Start heading back to the Triple J home, and I imagine probably around there is where he runs into the ever watchful eye of Jimbo. I don't know if Jimbo is back yet.
Let's see. Would I be? I mean, I don't. I'm finding help for this
Yeah,
air elemental.
Yeah, it's like a strange like elemental bird. It seems to be like partially made out of like air itself, but it definitely has a physical form. And a little
Okay.
bit of coloration to it. Um, you would have been back a little bit by now, and if you're looking for some more medical help, I would say that you would have seen him around. Like you would have been either around when this creature is getting help, or let me think here. Yeah, probably at that point. I would say that the creature is now receiving help. You've just gotten done walking around and trying to get help for that because it only took you about an hour, and you did wake up earlier than them. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Jimbo kind of looks over at Brand. So I see you've taken somewhat of a liking to my sister, buddy.
She's a lovely lass. Very. She's like, smart. Do you know how smart she is?
Yeah, growing up, she was always the smart kid.
It's scary.
Oh yeah, she could tell you every single plant that grows up in this area, like, naturally, and what they can do. Kind of crazy.
But yeah, it was a really nice walk. Like, she showed me some of her favorite plants and that sort of thing. He kind of gets I don't know, a little bit of a quirk grin and that sort of thing.
Uh, so I gotta ask you something. Is after you came back from the Raven Queen, you seemed a little off your game or disheveled a little. I don't know how to describe it, but is everything okay with that?
It's fine. Helen Harpies. She told me a little bit more about where Aoife is and what has happened there, and my father.
Oh. Well, I'm guessing it wasn't the best of news, seeming how
She
you're
let me read
acting
his
like.
book.
Oh,
Um,
I take my hat off and my condolences.
I mean, it's alright. It's not like I ever knew him, but I hate that I didn't get to know him, and I spent so long being so mad. And
Well.
I didn't have a right to be because he looks like he would have been there if he could have. Politics are a bitch, and that's Aoife's in some sort of political exile, prison-ish sort of thing. I wasn't able to completely put it all together, but
Oh my.
I'd like
Does
to
she
go
need
there.
help?
Yeah. At some point, I would love to go get her. I know there's things that you and I and Mo have to do, but at some point, I would like to try to help her. Especially, more so now knowing that she didn't. She's been forced away. So that was all a bit of a gut punch. And then
I
to go from
could only
that
imagine.
to actually seeing, you're fucking lucky. Do you know that, man?
I believe so. I count my blessings.
You got a whole passel of them in the house.
Jimbo
This
kind of
is-
looks back at the house and smiles. Yeah, you could color me fortunate, I suppose.
It was nice to see family. I mean, don't get me wrong, Nan was wonderful, but it was just me and her, and I mean that's a family, but you got
It's
always what I always wanted, and so it was nice to see and then to be a part.
oh, buddy. You're always welcome, in the house of the John Jameson Jones. Well, of course, you're my best friend. But well, that's a load, buddy. Well, at least you have some answers now, and be what that may is. At least it's not toiling around in your head, and you've got some clear directions now. Um, the main reason I asked you about my sister is I just wanted to make sure that she wasn't gonna be some kind of like one night stand thing or I, it's weird because like she's adult, she could do what she wants. I just don't want, if you're planning on doing things with her or whatever, just be serious about it. I don't want to deal with no broken hearts.
Can I speak frankly?
Well, go ahead.
I spent the entire night, laughing, joking, drinking, talking with your whole family and with her, and then going for a walk. And I will be honest, like the farthest I've ever gone in my thoughts with her right now is I bet she'd be a really nice kiss. Who is this? This isn't me.
Oh wow.
I
And Jumbo pulls out a little book, and he writes Brand's personal growth check. And he closes it up. Well, buddy. Well, I've said my piece, and I'm happy that we were able to give you a little taste of family, and I already consider you like a brother, so my family's your family.
Oh.
And if things work well between you two, then things work well. I'm not gonna do this or that about it. You're both consenting adults. Just just don't break her heart.
I can honestly say that's the farthest thing from my thoughts.
Well, that's good. But
Brandon is actually like blushing and starting to look like embarrassed in a little bit of a very sheepish kind of situation right now.
you look ravished. Let's get you some breakfast, buddy. We'll put some tea on as well.
The early morning hiking thing, that is. I don't know how you do it, but yes, I've definitely worked up an appetite. Oh.
Well, it gets the belly going, gets the mind going as well. It's peaceful walking amongst the trees and the swamp itself, or just any walk really. Just helps clear the mind. But I think I want to try out using these these tools to make everybody a breakfast. And he pulls out like a little knife. It kind of transforms into a little spatula too. It's like, I got this. And Jimbo's gonna cook up his signature breakfast, which is just like some pork chops, eggs, a little bit of sausage, and some toast.
Bran is just going to dive headfirst into a whole bunch of domesticity right now.
Sure.
Yeah. So 23.
Yeah, that's a good that's really nice.
It's a damn good breakfast.
You smash that breakfast into existence there. The taste is heavenly, you know.
Jimbo's kind of got lost in the sauce when he was making it. He's like, well, I've never used such fine tools, and he's like chopping, and just kind of gets lost in it. And I guess I should thank these tools for that flavor. Oh my goodness! And then I go to start, brewing brewing the tea on the stove or over the fire. But yeah. Oh my god. Well, what do you want to do today? I mean, I kind of just came here to say hello to my family, get the idea in their head of going to artists, and I kind of accomplished that. Um, I wanted to go walk around the town a little bit before I left. What did you want to do, Bran?
I mean, I probably need to go to Hal Hazar at some point to go speak to the Chantry of the Dusk. Got a bit of a. I'll be honest, I'm not sure if it's actually a mission from the lady or just kind of where my heart's leading, but some things I think I need to do there.
Of course. Well, if you give me a couple hours, I'd be more than happy to bring us over there. And I
Do what you need to do. I think I
but-
might need to go learn some more herbology.
Oh, already. I throw you the stone, the teleporting stone that's connects to a couple different places. Like if you need to, if you're in a hurry or anything, you could take that. And Jimbo kind of walks off. Before he walks off, kind of like during breakfasts, he's gonna try to sense Mo and see what he's doing. And
yeah, I would
if
say
he can,
you don't have to make that wisdom check anymore, at the very least.
okay.
Um,
So I just see him working out, I think, at this point, or what would he be doing this early?
it's been an hour, so he has cast a spell. At this point, you see him hurling himself across these, the stars and mountains and stuff, and just smashing himself across the
Role-playing pinball.
countryside. Yeah.
I kind of chuckle to myself. I'm like, well, I'll let that be. He seems like he's on a mission of some sort. Now, I do have a question. Would I be able to use my telepathy in conjunction with the fate given thing to talk to him?
I would.
That's just kind of throwing that at the dark.
Eventually, you'll be able to do that. Always, yeah.
Yeah, because I took that feat, telepathic or something.
Yeah. Eventually, you'll just have the ability to communicate with people at endless lengths anyway. So, make a make a wisdom check. We'll see if it works.
Okay, perfect.
15. You have 5 words.
It's Jimbo. Need help? Question mark.
Okay. You have 5 words to respond. Mr. Mo.
All 5 words are gonna be me screaming.
Okay.
I've known you a while. I'll take that as you're okay.
You hear You hear fear and joy
Yeah.
in the scream.
Okay.
I chuckle and I look over at Bran. Mo seems to be having fun. He's hurling herself across the countryside.
Also
And,
just an average day for Mo then, right?
Something like that. All right. Well, I'm gonna go. I got a couple little errands or little things I'd like to do. You go have fun learning about herbs. Jimbo is gonna go walk amongst the people of his town. Um, See if there's any like kids that seem downtrodden or seem like they could use some help.
As is the case with most villages in Silicica, there
Yeah.
are several children that have either lost their parents or the like, ones that have to really like fight for their meals and things like that, who just don't
Mhm.
have very many possessions at all to speak of.
Jimbo's gonna walk up to a couple of the kids and give them some food and see if I recognize anybody.
I would say there are like two or three that you would have known from your childhood.
Okay.
You know, who like you used to know their parents before they passed away or whatever, and they're kind of just like they're like known individuals around town.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I walk up to a couple of the kids. Hey, little Timmy, how you doing, buddy? I hand him some food, some rations.
Hand out some food. Um, they he kind of like looks up at you. He's kind of got a little bit of an intense look in his eye, but seeing the food that you give him, what kind of food do you give him?
Uh, I would say some of the leftovers from breakfast.
Okay,
That's why I was making breakfast for like, a couple of kids
sure.
around the town myself. Yeah, little,
Uh,
little, little packages.
little packages. Yep. They he gives you this kind of like look. And as he like kind of slowly grabs the food, he looks it over, and starts to just feverishly eat. He's pretty gaunt looking, this kid.
Um, well, I heard about your parents. But I'm sorry to hear about all that. I knew them growing up. Um, would you like to come to my orphanage I've set up? And I'm asking like a couple kids around. We've got food, uh, clothes, classes y'all can learn things. It's just a little safe spot for kids who've lost their parents or and otherwise, give y'all a fighting chance. And it's over in Hal Hazar, in the big city across the ocean.
Go ahead and make a persuasion check. You know that there are some very infamous orphanages in quotation marks in Silicica that have famously just sent kids to go deal with monsters and things like that in the early years.
Persuasion check?
Yes, please.
Oh,
12. A few of the more skittish kids are gonna, jump away, and kind of make themselves hidden before the question's even asked. But there are very, very many kids here who simply don't have the option to say no. So you'll pick up a bunch of kids and you are free to take them on. They kind of look a little bit nervous, about the idea of having to travel so far away. You are relieved that you have methods of quick transportation.
mm-hmm. I don't exactly say how we're gonna get there. I'm just like, don't worry, we'll be there in a couple hours. No problem. he begins to go walk to the village mayor to begin telling him or talk to him about moving the village.
Okay. You pop over to let's see. I'm gonna say that the mayor here is actually a turtle.
That would make sense.
Yeah. He's gonna be one of these like soft-shelled turtle guys.
This is the guy who taught me how to speak dragon.
Yes, yeah. He used to be like a school teacher. He's had like every job in the town, and now he's finally the mayor of this place. You stop into his office. He kind of like careens his long neck slowly towards you. You kind of see his little pig snout that you've always seen. And we're gonna call him Mayor Raftback because he's this big wide guy. He's gonna say, "Oh, well, look who it is! Come here, come here! I haven't seen you in a while. Oh my boy, good. How have things been? My parents told me that you've been out of town."
Yeah, well, to be honest, a lot's happened in the last couple months. I don't even know where to begin, but come here, buddy, and I go in for a big hug.
You're you're much taller than I remember being.
Yeah, there's been some other changes too. But most importantly, I've got a proposition for you. Recently I've come into, you could say, a lot of land, and I was hoping, or maybe thinking, we could maybe relocate the village there.
Oh, is it fertile land? Is it
I believe so.
better than this swamp in any way?
I could promise that there's no random portals that open up.
Oh, well, that is a plus. Well, all right. Let's think about this land here. Can you show me it first? I want to see what we're looking at.
Well, of course. If you got a couple hours, maybe tomorrow or in a couple days, I can take you there.
Sure. Bookkeeping aside, let's get that figured out first. How many miles of land are we talking here? Are we gonna have room to get our resources and things like this?
I believe so. It's I would explain to him the forest size and about what Jimbo thinks it is.
Yeah, it's quite large. Kind of thinks, oh, a wood. I think that would be, and there's rivers that go through it. All right.
Yep. And there's a big lake about, I don't know, a day's walk away.
All right.
I don't know. It might be shorter. I'm not sure.
Is there anything weird about this place that you need to tell me first?
It is still, and I kind of, the land itself is, you could say, I'm gonna begin to give him the whole spiel of what's going on. I tell him about where it's located on a different planet.
Okay.
And that it's still contested.
Yep.
But we plan on getting rid of that in a week or two. But I figured we would need at least a month or so to start gathering people up, build some houses there, because this is just a village in progress, not like it's just an empty domain, sort of.
Yeah. So you're talking about moving people once the planet is actually taken.
Yeah.
Okay. At that, he will say, okay, all right, you had me for a minute there. I'm not going to lie. I thought you were going to say we should go, like, all collectively try to a planet, a different world than Aelinor. That's quite the leap. What about, connecting all the different towns together in Silicica?
Well, I guess that is a minus to this place, but I don't know. I felt like I needed to do something for this village. We've had so many good things and bad things happen here. I'm afraid that, more bad things happen than, good things, I would say. More random portals open with crazy things than good things, and I just want to make sure my village folk are safe.
Well, listen. I appreciate what you're doing. I think if you can gather up some folks, I think that'd be just fine. Our town's not really growing, I'll be honest with you here. Economically, we're doing just fine, but that's only because people are using us as a crossroad more than anything else.
Believe me, I get it.
All right, well,
And there could always be some other folks that come and move in and live here, but it could be their land. We'll have a new area, safe. Um, we've got a dragon protecting us right now, or protecting it, so you don't have to worry too much about random baddies just walking through.
a dragon. Well, all right. Listen, these are all wonderful things. Well, I'll bring it up at our next council meeting as a potential path forward, but we'll have to be realistic about this sort of thing. I can't guarantee anything per se, but
Well,
I'd
of
be
course.
very happy to help you at least get things going. Maybe not permanent residence, but at least help you get things going as one leader to another, right? If you're this landowner, then maybe I can give you some tips on things and help speed things along for you nicely.
Well, of course. And I figured we can do a speech, get people to get on board, and I'm more than welcome to, give people a tour of the land to get a couple town folks talking about it once things are settled down over there.
He nods. Well, I look forward to hearing of this victory of yours. That'll be very, very, very interesting to finally get the whole spiel on what's going on there. But, well, if you've got the time, I'm not doing much more than paperwork. If you want to tell me your story, that'd be fine. But, was there anything else you needed? I understand that this project of yours is a big one, but
Yeah, it's one of the many steps in my bigger plans. But besides that, seeing it, I just wanted to say hi to an old friend. More, mainly. Then second, talk a little business, potential future plans, and just see how you've been doing overall.
well, these last few years have been okay for us. I'll be honest with you, your family farm is in no trouble there as far as how things are developing for us. I'm not going to be asking for any more taxes or anything like that soon. And he kind of goes into the spiel. Seems like things are fine. Like, the swamp is weird, but the ways that the town is trying to build around it and try to glean some sort of benefit is like, it's very much like a neutral point. Like, families are, doing okay, but like accidents do happen often. He likes the idea of heading out and doing something like that, but it being so far away and having to start all anew with no support from any part of Silicican government is like kind of nuts because he's been bailed out a couple times now.
Well, I would be the benefactor, or basically the lord of the land. So
yeah,
well, I guess it would be all of ours, but
yeah, it's a hard sell because he doesn't quite know what's going on just yet. He doesn't get the You've told him a few things, but he doesn't.
Yeah, I would tell him all the important things. Like it's being cleared out. Plan on doing it. It will still be one of the big things I will emphasize, it is still connected to Halhazar. So, it's not like you're stuck on the planet.
Yeah, the capital city connection he will like, because that's something that he doesn't have currently. He would have to travel ages to get to Varetia, so which has a portal to Halhazar there, but
Yep. So
Um,
it's
yeah.
got all the little basics, and yeah. Well, it'll be something to work on in the future. But I just wanted to plant the seeds now and get see what you thought about it.
Yeah, he thinks it's a good idea. He just needs to do some convincing work, and the idea of you two working together on that, he's just happy with. So,
Alright.
there are definitely a number of people who aren't doing well that could definitely benefit from a second chance. But there are some families here who are doing okay, and they might not necessarily want to leave their positions.
Right. Well, it should be like almost like an Amish society.
Yeah.
At first, because they'll just be clearing forests, building houses.
Yep.
You know, the most they'll probably be looking for. Well, I'll teach them the technique where they can just put boards into boards and make that strong house design. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Instead of having to need nails for everything and that kind of thing.
The benches that just fit together from like a single plank of
Perfectly,
wood.
yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah. But yeah. At this point, I would probably gather the couple kids up, tell them to grab any of their belongings, anything that's still important to them, and let's head back home.
Are you using Tim, or how are you transporting them? I don't remember.
I was just gonna make a wormhole.
Oh, yeah.
That's how we got here.
Yep, I forgot.
Yeah.
You just tear a hole through space and travel on back to the to the Helhazar orphanage.
Mhm.
And yeah, you've got plenty of room for them there. And the people that you have hired there go to work trying to get them fed and things like that, but not too fed.
Yeah.
And yeah, get the medical stuff figured out, and then work on teaching them skills and things like that after, and acclimating them to city life.
Yep. Just drop them off, and I hand them to my trusted caretakers.
Yep.
Uh, but there was one last thing I did want to do was I wanted to show the ring to my mom and tell her my proposal plans.
Okay. Yeah. The craftsmanship, she kind of recognizes, I would say,
Hmm.
and is surprised at the origin of it.
I Yeah, I worked on this with Raw Deer himself to first off, I guess, test these tools out and see how I liked them, and second, what better person or a god could you ask to help you?
She nods.
Yeah.
Well, I would say just maybe feel things out first. And just have some
Well, was
conversations and
you're right, Bob. I wasn't planning on just dropping on one knee and being like, "Jade, will you marry me?" I, of course, wanted to suss things out and figure where we stand on things.
it's not unheard of over here, but I don't know. I hear them folks over on the coast. They have more. I want to say they got interesting lives out there. That's all I'm gonna say. They might not be too apt to marry such a fine son as you, as foolish as that might be.
Hmm.
Well, I wish you luck. Don't.
Well, thank you.
I'm sure you'll do just fine. She gives you a smile. Gives you a hug. Um, she looks at the ring again. That thing is like much better than your father gave me. Like goodness gracious, he gave me like a band of metal.
Well, you can't compare apples to oranges, Mom. You know, that's what he could afford at the time, and
Oh
it's the
no,
sentiment that counts, right?
I was just surprised he found metal back then. Things were really rough. Um, no, I think what I might do is maybe give your father and I new rings.
Well, if you'd like, I could make them.
Could you?
Oh, of course.
Oh my gosh. Well, please. I mean, the forge is yours to use. Do you have any other tools
Uh,
for other stuff? I mean, jewel craft is going to be really fun if that's what you want to do.
I think I've only got this one set of tools, unfortunately. I do have this. I mean, I do have some other blacksmithing tools, but I don't think it'll be too good for the jewelry stuff. And I've got some things I got to attend to today, but it's definitely on the docket. Give me a couple days. I want to make sure that they're extra nice.
Whenever you can, try to tell me when it's done, so I can plan it something nice, you know.
Hmm. Oh, of course. Uh, Jimbo starts thinking up of ideas. Yeah, he's like, I got just the thing for you.
Very good. All right.
And that's when we go to Elzar.
Okay.
Go to Snatch Brand.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Bran, you're going with.
Brand's going with. He's
Okay.
spent, today with Jessica before he leaves. He actually still has a couple of the speaker stones that he has for his like big network.
Yep.
He leaves her one of those, and then on top of it, he lays his hand and uses the makes a black crystal flower and kind of gives her a wink and tells her not to be a stranger. That he'll be back, but that he better hear from her. And gets ready to head to Hal Hazar. But since we have the night, do I need to roll and see what
Oh, that's right.
smoke or creature?
Yeah,
has
yeah.
a
Please,
breath?
roll me a d6.
Speaking of which, I'd probably be taking that air elemental buddy with me.
Yeah, that's fine. He's just part of your like gear now. He's like an item basically. He's not a stat block. He's an item. All right.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's like a cow. He's just worth a lot of money. All right. Let's see here.
A 2.
That bird? Yeah, he's like a cow. All right, hold on. Let me trying to get the town map together for you guys. The like forest one.
What was the bird's name again?
What's up?
What was the bird's name again?
Pablo?
Pablo.
Is it Pablo Escobar?
Ba-dum-bum.
Yes.
Where is it? Where's the
Thanks.
What the fuck? No. Hold on. Sorry. You're not getting a wyvern.
Why not?
Why? Okay, no Los Dos. Hold on, because I'm rolling on the wrong list. That's why. This is also a. There we go. This is a town
Super
environment.
mosquito.
See, I'd be fine with that, but
A
not
super mosquito.
what I just saw. We'll do it to there. Roll. All right. You will, in fact, get one of these dreaded fish with legs.
Yes.
Oh no.
Don't know what to do with a fish with legs.
But a little bit different.
He's back.
Up from the depths, almost like a nightmare from the swamp. This fish man will tail you loosely during your walk. And the briefest of moments, you have a chance to kind of break away while Jessica's not paying attention and talk to this guy. And all he really says to you is, "Oh!" and doesn't really speak your language. It seems like, but you can tell that he's under the daze of your influence.
Oh,
Is it Murloc?
Yeah, yeah.
Rocky's gonna eat him.
oh yeah. So is he sentient?
Yeah, he looks like God, hold on. What's that creature from like the old like swamp movie? The you know what I'm talking about? It's like the old swamp monster movie.
Like Creature from the Black Lagoon?
Yeah, Creature of the Black Lagoon. That's kind of what he looks like.
Oh, hey. Brienne tries 2 or 3 different, Brienne
Oh.
speaks multiple languages. But let's see. I'm trying to think. He will go through everything that he has. He will try Avon. He will try Elvish and Sylvan. He will try to switch on his speak with animals to figure out what
Oh,
the hell is going on.
he puts up a finger as he casts a spell, and is then able to, it seems, understand your languages.
Hello? What's going on? Been following me around a little bit?
He can't talk back to you. He just makes those noises. But you get the gist that he doesn't mean any harm.
Alright. Well, that's... that's lovely. I know I'm an absolute charming... Brand is constantly looking over his shoulder, trying to not have Jessica see any of this. I know I'm absolutely charming. But I release you to live a good life and to have a good death when the time should come.
He reaches out a hand.
And I'll give it a good shake.
It's very slimy.
I figured.
He nods at you, and then he submerges very, very slowly as you walk back to Jessica. He's not even done submerging it. You can just see his little peepers looking at you before he, just a few bubbles are all that's left of his presence there as he submerges back into the swamp.
It was probably for the best. There are some interesting things here, aren't there? So that was a interesting experience that shows that this is a mixed blessing on occasion. So yes, with that said, and with goodbyes to everyone and promises that he is going to come back for and see and everything like that, he hops through to Halhazar with Jimbo and a bunch of orphans, because that's what we do.
That is what you do. Yeah, Jimbo makes like the full like 10-foot sized hole in space, I'm imagining this time.
Mm-hmm.
And you gotta hustle to get them all in. But they get through.
1, 2, 1, 2. Let's go. Let's go.
Yep. All right. You guys are in Halhazar.
I know you said you had a couple things you needed to do, buddy. I'm gonna go report what happened to Mr. Ode, probably.
All right. Do tell him I said hello. I'm sure that we have to kind of give him a brief rundown on the fact that I guess we're all moonlighting a bit.
Moonlight? What?
We've got a couple of jobs.
Yeah.
Not just fate given, but you being a new phenomenal cosmic power, I'm being the champion of the goddess of death, that whole thing.
Yeah, let's keep hush hush about that for right now until the.
I mean, I'm not about to just shout it from the rooftops, but
Well, yeah, I didn't want to tell the kids. Not in front of the kids.
are they still around? Y'all are awfully quiet. You should hang out with me more. I could use you.
I kind of like shuffle them off. Go play over there or something. But yeah, you go. I think you said you had something to do with the chantry.
I'll get there. I'll get there.
Alrighty. Well, Jimbo. Actually, how often can I use this little portal thing?
I believe it's once per long rest.
I'm assuming that's the same with mine.
Once. Yeah, once. Okay.
Did I not put a? I might not have put a limit of uses on yours, Mo, but yours is also once per long rest.
Okay. Yeah. Jimbo then he's like, well, he tries to make a portal and he's like, seems like I can only do that maybe once or twice a day. Well, I'm off and I head to Oh, and he's like, can you try and sell some of that stuff we got, all that junk? And he like puts a bunch of things in your hand.
Oh yeah, I sell some of it.
Keep it, whatever you want to do.
Put it in my shop.
Thank you, and he
yeah.
just flies off.
Oh, that's true. You have a shop. I forgot about that.
Mhm.
You have a
I
whole
have
trade
multiple
network
shops.
where you can just
Yeah.
ditch that stuff. Yeah.
I think that's probably what he will do for that.
Yeah. And Jimbo heads off to the thing, or to go see Spirit Ode.
Okay.
And we can do brand stuff first.
Yeah, sure.
Bran knows what he's got to do, but he's got a little bit of that, like, you know you've got to do it. You know it's not going to be bad, but at the same time, ooh, it's big. So he's going to kind of pass some time to start with. He'll stop by the burden balls and drop off all of the magic stuff that we're selling.
That you're pawning off, yeah.
And he does that and steps outside the shop, and for probably the first time since he's gotten the ability, kind of blinks on his soul vision just to see what he can see out in the middle of Bron Brujon.
On the middle of Bron Brujon, one of the first figures that you'll ever see is sitting beside an old house. You see a ghostly figure sitting there with what seems to be like a few like rags and stuff like that around him, cloths, fabrics. Oh, not rags. Sorry, rugs. He seems like a weaver of some sort, but he looks like his own clothes are very tattered. He looks quite old, and you can see that there's an open stab wound in his center chest. As you come walking around, he's the first figure that you see. It looks like he is just trying to knit something together. But you also can see that there's like a destitution to him before his demise that you can see kind of how clearly it was there. There's still a massive wound in his chest.
Now, are ghosts in the ethereal plane, or are they still very much just material plane?
It depends on the spirit. Some exist in both, some exist in one, not the other. It kind of depends on how powerful of a spirit it is. Some ghosts are, hostile things that can touch you and you can touch them. This one seems like he's much more spectral.
Then Brian's gonna kind of check and see like if there's a way that he can kind of have a way to get to the like to have a conversation without looking like the crazy guy who's talking to air.
Oh, sure. Yeah. You can. Well, yeah. How do you do that? Because he looks like he's like looking around. It seems like he's like perceiving the things around you.
But I mean, like, is he out like in the like? Is he in between buildings? Is he? I can't. Where is he?
Oh, sorry.
Is
I will like
he-
point to specifically like where he is. I'm gonna say he's on like this like corner. He's like facing the main road. So like people are walking past you and pushing past you, and he's just here in the corner.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's a lot worse things in. I mean, there's plenty of people here in Alhazar who talk to themselves. It's going to be fine. Hello, friend.
Hello there.
It's me every time.
You're kind of new to this. I wish I could say you're the first dead person I've talked to, but you're the first dead person I've talked to like this. It's every like you seem to be hanging around a bit.
Yes, yes. I would chalk it up to unfinished business, I suppose.
Have anything to do with the ventilation that you had installed in your chest there?
Oh, this? He kind of sticks a sewing needle in there. I never saw the one who did it, you know. They were young. Younger than... You know, they must have been 15 at most. There was a group of them, you see. In my time, I was a traveler. I was just making my way through here to sell some wares and be on my way.
When was your time?
Not too long ago. Maybe 10 years.
Brian does some quick math. Doesn't remember stabbing anybody. Well, if you have unfinished business, what is it that's kind of holding you here? Is it the fact that you don't know who stabbed you?
Perhaps that would give me closure. I had many enemies back in my day. I didn't want to have enemies, you see. I was trying to be as friendly as I could to most folks. I don't understand my death. It doesn't make much sense to me. More importantly, I did have a letter that I wanted to deliver to my daughter, but I never had the chance, and, well, they burned that letter and me up over in the crematorium.
Might I have your name?
This is gonna be Human Man. His name is gonna be...
Human.
Hugh Man. Normal Man. Yes, the dwarf. No. Let me think here. They're gonna be Ilbekin. So his name is going to be... Your very first... Gerald. You know what? No, his name is gonna be, Herman. And his last name is gonna be... Nix.
Herman Nix.
Herman Nix. With 2 R's in Herman, by the way.
Herman. Herman.
Yes.
Hermano.
Hermano. Yeah.
Hermano Herman.
Well, pleasure to make your acquaintance. If message to your daughter is important. If you would tell me her name and where you last knew her to be, I might be able to find her and pass it along.
Yeah. Her name was Elise, Nix. I named her after the goddess of beauty. See? Her mother was a devout sort. I don't know where she resides nowadays. I'll be honest with you, I lost contact with them. I wasn't a necessarily good father. I just wanted to make my amends in whatever little way I could.
Where do you last know she was?
I knew she was somewhere over in the Ogdenlands. I was going to go down that way and see what she was doing there. It's been so long, though, she's likely not there anymore. From what I understand, she was traveling herself. The letter is gone, my friend. I don't know what I should do in my state.
What would you tell her if she were here?
That I'm sorry. That I should have been stronger. Should have made things work and been around more. Shouldn't have moved away. I was a passionate fellow, you see. I put most of my life into my craft. It takes a long time to get rugs like these put together, in time to be sold to rich men on the street. Rich men and women. You understand.
I do. And I've learned that there's a lot of times multiple reasons for doing things. I had a father who wasn't around myself, and I was angry for a very long time, but I understood now that things were a lot more complicated than what a little tusker like myself could have ever suspected.
Do you blame him?
I did. But I'm older and I know the story now. And as much as I would have loved for him to be there, I understand that there are times where parents do things that they think are going to give their children the best opportunities that they have, and that sometimes the world, while it can be a beautiful place, it can also be a very ugly place, and plans that a parent might have sometimes are thrown out the window by stronger winds, whether that's fate, politics, or fortune. And that even though you want to imagine that your dad is the strongest, that sometimes there's just not an option, that they have to do what they have to do. And that if he could, I know that he would have been there. So yes, now I forgive him.
Make a persuasion check.
I have advantage on those if I'm talking.
$17. Okay. He looks up to you. Thank you, friend. I don't think it's quite time for me to pass on.
We all have our own journeys.
I know what awaits me, you see. I was a bit of a student back in my days. I know the land to which I'm headed. Not too eager to get there, you see.
Where would you think that would be?
There is a place in the hells for men like me. Before my time as a weaver, I had other professions. Many of us did, you see.
I understand that one.
The first song was not very kind to us. Been around for many years.
I understand if you think it's not your time to go.
I would offer you this, my friend. I think I might pass soon. But before then, I'll keep an ear out for any other souls that you might need to contact if you ever have the inkling to do so. See what information I can strum up for you.
I appreciate that, Master Hermann.
Thank you. Your kindness here is one that others will never know. But I hope your soul is nicely rewarded.
This is a payment in and of itself. As I said, you're the first soul that I've had a chance to speak to, and while I'm understanding that this is a great and heavy responsibility, it's also a rather beautiful blessing in a lot of ways.
Gives you a smile.
I appreciate your help.
As he gives you this smile, you can tell already that he's not as clear as he once was. There are parts of him that have already begun to disperse. A lot of his old, baggage, these rugs, these instruments that he had, tools, these rugs have begun to disappear, and now he's just simply this old man toiling away at whatever he's working on.
Bran will give him a nod and blink the power off.
Gives you a wink and a tip of his hat the moment that you do so.
And he's gonna kind of take a walk around the corner and then just kind of stop and lean against a wall for a bit and just kind of breathe. This is big. This is heavy. Deep breath, and he's kind of, I think he's walked to the point where he's here. And he can kind of think of 500 things that he could do. He needs to go probably do an official check-in with the Shadow Turn League. He really wants to kind of go see Janira. He has all of that sort of thing that he wants to do rather than go to the Chantry of the Dusk. Because it feels so much right now. While he knows everything has changed, this is going to make it real. More real than talking to spirits, and more real than having the conversation with the goddess herself. But he decides to put on his big boy pants. And he heads to the Chantry of the Dusk.
Okay.
Do you want to keep on here, or are we switching to someone else for a little bit?
That's up to you guys. How are you feeling?
Frank, my party starts whenever you guys are ready, but no rush on my end.
Yeah, I'm fine for whatever. I'm just chilling, enjoying it.
Sure. Why don't we take a quick break? We'll do Jimbo, we'll do Bran, then we'll go back to Mo's party.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. And then we'll end the day there, probably, just about. I don't know how long this is actually going to take. Never mind. All right. Big Jim. Are you strutting your stuff back to the chantry? The Dawn?
Yes, I am.
All right.
I'm looking for Mr. Spirit Ode.
You almost get a sense that a few folks know what's up. As you like cross this bridge, one of the towers like clocks you, like with this like orange light, and then kind of shuts off. That's not happened to you before. And a few of these guards like murmur to themselves. You ascend these stairs, the different sets of stairs to get to the second layer of this area, and enter the temple. Approach Spirit Ode's office, which is close to the main area of the temple.
Mm-hmm.
You open this like dark wood door to see his office space, which is covered in all these different like artifacts and things like that from his own journeys. But a few of them are also relics of his predecessor's position. You see Spirit Ode standing. He looks. I don't know if I've told you this, but he's much more blue than you have seen him in previous weeks.
Yeah, I remember him
Okay.
looking like fresh,
Yeah.
ready for battle almost looking.
Yep. He doesn't seem tired at all as you enter this place, despite the time difference, because the hour of day is very different than what it once was. Now that you've traveled back,
Oh yeah, what time is it?
it's like midnight. It's like 1 a.m.
Oh, that makes sense. Jimbo always does just walk in at the wrong time.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I did feel like it was important to come talk about it. So, yeah, he's in there right now, midnight?
Yeah.
All right. How's it going, Mr. Ode?
It's more like 4 a.m. actually. It's not that bad. He looks up to you. He looks tireless right now. He looks like he's energized. He gives you a very rare Vidalcan smile, which is not an unnatural one.
Mm-hmm.
Quite-
I haven't seen this smile on him before.
You have only seen you think Ada's song ever smile. He is the only Vidalcan that you think you've ever seen smile. And he
Oh.
has never given you this smile.
Well,
Looks to you. It's very nice to see you.
it's a pleasure to see you, sir.
Good. Do you have a report? Did you need aid?
I do have a report. I'm not sure if you heard yet or not. But we defeated. I was gonna say Erebus. It's not Erebus. What's his name? Ericus.
Oh,
Eric.
With Valkoon and some other things happened.
well.
But
Well,
I wanted to report this because it seemed like this was very important to the cause.
Yes. Oh my goodness. I had never imagined that under my tenure such a feat would be accomplished. My goodness. Well.
Yeah, and I show him the weapon, and here's his weapon. It's been Jimbo-fied a little bit because I threw it into the furnace overnight, but it's got like the symbol or what's to be Jimbo's symbol on it, like the bottom, like on the handle.
the blade of this weapon. It is a club, but it is like a bladed club. still has like a godly residue where it once cleaved Asgarath's body in two. And for a moment there, he just kind of like he kind of like just touches this fluid with his fingers and kind of rubs it through his hand.
Well,
Words
yeah, and I kind of like pull it away, but yeah, and I also, well, one thing led to another, and I ate his heart, and
He like slowly looks up at you. Then you see that smile. Did you
Uh,
succeed?
well, I'm here, aren't I?
There are varying degrees of success, from my understanding.
I I don't know how I could reach out with my divinity, but I would do. I don't know how to describe it, but I would like. I don't know. I'd let like my eyes would start to glow,
Yeah.
or like maybe like an aura would come out.
Yeah,
I would exert a little bit.
basically like a thaumaturgy, like appearance.
Yeah.
And you see him begin to applaud, like openly. Very good. Very good. I have a reward for you then, my lord.
Oh.
Yes.
Well, I'll still, I still respect your wisdom in every word of the sense. I don't plan on deviating from my duties just yet.
Good. You all are to be promoted amongst the fate given. Your
My little group of misfits.
yes.
Oh, perfect.
No
I'm not sure
longer.
what that will do.
Well, to be honest with you, it's more of a position of power than anything else. Are you aware of the previous lords of our continents, the fate given of the first era?
I have met one of their reincarnations before, but I don't believe I've ever met any of them personally. Like, you're talking about Sir Slippy, I think is one of them.
Yes.
Yeah. I've seen him flying around the city, but I've never had the pleasure of speaking to him.
I will promote you to a similar position.
Interesting.
I, of course, have no continents other than Mon and Dor on this world to give to you. I would instead instill upon you the responsibility of a world that you've recently tread upon.
You speak of artists?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
I'd like you and your allies to divide that world between the three of you. Jurisdictions in your later lives.
Okay. Well, I guess they'll be happy to hear about this. But what of the lands that the other fate given have already claimed?
I would, in all fairness, allow you perhaps the opportunity to converse with them.
Okay.
I would suggest that you separate that section for themselves. They have done quite well themselves, you see, but nothing of this level. Not yet, at least. Sorry, I was listening to my family explode at each other in the background.
It's always fun.
Yeah. Basically what he's trying to say is, yeah, if you want to cut it up between the three of you, that's fine. If you want to spread it out so that there's more like 8 districts or something like that, or or 4, and then they just share one, that would also be acceptable. Whatever
Okay.
works for you. He understands that you are getting your own domain in the Outlands, but this is just for a fate given side of things, so he knows where he needs to send help if you request it.
Gotcha. Uh, well, I'll be. Well, thank you, sir. I, I was already. We had already planned on carving a town out of where my old village is, but this will make it even easier, I suppose. Um, but yeah, that's mainly what I've come to report to you. I think a big thing I was gonna ask for is maybe some sort of. I'm not sure if I want to start now, but sooner than later, I'm gonna, I guess, start to have to build my own following. Um, on the God side of things, and I would like to request a church of some sort in the city in the coming months.
I believe that as your followership grows, I will make this happen. Yes, this is something I can petition to the town. Is there a specific region of the city that you've grown attached to that you'd like to have this erected within?
Um, if I could, close to the orphanage.
Ah, yes. Bronkistan is ripe for development of such a thing. We could make it so. There
Yeah.
are a number of houses nearby that can be cleared and removed. Unoccupied, you see. It might not be the largest temple at first, but as a fledgling god, it's to be expected, more or less.
Of course. I believe me. I still gotta. I'm getting used to this whole thing. I just figured that was at some point gonna be a part of it. So
Yes.
do some groundwork now.
Well,
Um,
my goodness.
but yeah, that's why I came here to report. So,
Well, I do have news
is there any
myself.
questions? Go ahead.
Uh, Firstly, Vokt, the Warden's soul, has been slain.
I kind of have like a very shocked look on Jimbo's face. What do you mean he's been slain?
Killed in action by his own hand, luckily. He's not sundered. It looks like
Oh,
he was at threat of becoming so. He's quite keen to defend himself in this way, you see.
I got you. Okay.
Do you
I
still
thought you
have,
meant
by
when he was
chance, your get home ticket?
get home ticket.
Yeah, he gave you guys these seeds at the beginning of the war.
Oh yeah.
I I haven't used it. No, I don't know what I would have used it on.
I
It
don't.
just gets you.
I don't recommend you do use those.
Okay.
A bit one-way trip, I would say. We had one fate-given group who did not quite realize that the use of these seeds should not be a recreational one, and have been expunged from our record as they are now killed in action.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Uh, well, I believe. Well, don't worry. I don't have to worry about travel too much between the ship and my own abilities.
Very good. Well, I do wonder your intentions. Godliness comes to a domain. I do wonder what yours will be.
I'm still figuring that one out, and I think I have an idea. Um, but yeah, I I
these
look at him and then I say, "Is there one for hope yet?"
there is one for change and for chance and luck, but not necessarily hope. You'd be very, very close to Celine if that was something you were interested in, but not one specifically for hope.
Okay. I'm still toiling on that one, and I've also thought about metal, but
His Lord Bodon currently rules over worship of metal, but it's not something he's necessarily tied to, you see. So does Raldir. Together, though they have the differences, they do see eye to eye on many things.
I see. Well, it looks like hope is probably going to be the one that I choose for now, unless it's something else later.
You've certainly made me hopeful. Our plans have just accelerated several hundred years. And vengeance for Asgaroth's first death is something that, well, I'm sure he'd be very happy to hear about. One of his new progeny bringing the death of such a great foe.
To be honest, I probably couldn't have done this without my group or Valkoon being there himself.
And
I
Valkoon
kinda
as well?
explained the whole. I saw his arm get ripped off, but besides that, he seems to be good.
He nods. Very well. Okay, good. Good. I don't want to lose any of them. It's good that we have a new one, but I don't want you to have to serve as a replacement.
No. God, no.
Well, besides your station, I would offer you your choice of reward. And of course, I don't know how to do this ever. Because you guys are now all the next rank of Fate Given, which I didn't think would happen this campaign necessarily. You are now Land Shapers. You will get each of you get a legendary item of your choice.
Oh. Okay.
I shall pull it from the vaults myself.
Well, that would be well, I'll definitely communicate with the my group and see what they wanted or want, but it's very kind of you. Well, will we have a couple days to figure that out?
Oh
'Cause
yes.
I think Mo is in Eastgard right now or something. I think that's where I'm sensing him to be.
Yes, of course. And whenever it's convenient, please do send me out the mapping information for that world if you can. I have yet to receive a scan of the world or any sort of cartographical information. I have been eager to hear what I can of the world, but I haven't gotten anything yet. I'd also like to know how you're going to divide that up again amongst yourselves. In due time. In due time, my friend.
Can I make a cartographer's check?
You sure can. You pull out these little... Yeah.
And I go ahead. I'm like, well, oh, no one sent you anything? And I grab a piece of, like, a nice big old piece of paper and...
and make the best, most intricate drawing that he's ever seen of this map, complete with very, very fine detail, down to, down to like as niche of a mile that you could possibly get. These extremely fine pens getting all detailed. It takes you a while to do this.
I would imagine so.
Yeah.
Like an hour or two.
But when it is done, he looks at it. I'm going to get this framed. Very nice. Well, my goodness.
That's for you.
This is our fledgling. Oh my gosh.
And I point out, and this is where I was planning on making the second village. Here's Sarah Hill, and then he points over here, and the world tree's over here.
World tree. Everything's coming together very nicely, it seems.
Mm-hmm.
I do wonder what it's going to look like when it receives its first placement.
And I do have a question about that. Is during the meeting with the I can't remember if it was the war meeting or with the meeting of the gods, but something about the planet's going to get wrangled into the solar system?
Yes, well, that is sort of up for question right now. The battle for the sun of Ardis is underway. It seems that the Warden has actually freed the celestial spirit within. We won't necessarily have a brother planet in the solar system if we are able to get the sun itself out here. We will have an entire brother solar system, you see.
Okay.
We will not gain just one planet, but 4, from what I understand.
Interesting.
Yes.
And okay. Well, that's actually good news then. Okay.
Yes.
Well, good. I'm sure Delios will be happy to have a friend to talk to.
Very much so. And I will state, if everything does succeed, there will be room for further promotion. I very well may just end up placing you in command of planets instead of Artus, giving that position to someone else.
Well, let's see how I do at my current station now before we start talking about
I think it'll
other
be a good
promotions.
trial run, yes. And that's
Yeah.
years from now anyway. But I do look forward to these days. We have succeeded here.
Of course. Yeah. Well, I am gonna go report this to my friends. Let them know that what's happening and what our future is gonna entail. And yeah, we'll carry on. Sorry to burst in your your office at 4 a.m. like that.
I was just signing some letters. Yes, thank you.
Well, you have a good day, sir, or night, whatever it is.
Oh, I don't even
Yeah.
know anymore. I haven't been out of my office in days.
Oh my. I reach into my bag and I hand him some of my tea, and I'm like, this one's good for sleeping. This one's good for keeping you up, and be careful. It's potent.
It gives you a smile. Thank you very much. Truly.
And well, to our continued partnership, and I walk out.
He gives you a nod as you leave the office.
All right. Jimbo is probably just gonna, from at that point. How long would you say it took me to make that map?
Like an hour.
If Jimbo would have time, he would go work on making his first set of weapons or armor with these tools.
Okay, sure. And then we'll go back to Bran, and then we'll go to Mo, I think.
Yeah.
Make your Omni tool check again. Another one.
Another one. Oh yeah, I need to change the name to.
I knew it was going to be
the
a crit.
crit,
I could have called it actually. I actually knew it was going to be a crit.
It's every time. That's
yeah.
how it goes.
All right. So a 54. Which just, I think we just, it is just 54 now, right? Is how much you achieve. Or were you trying to upgrade something? That's up to you.
Jimbo is probably going to attempt to upgrade a weapon from stage to a +2. I don't know how long that takes.
So it's just a day thing if you've got the resources and the gold and stuff like that. Let's see here. How much gold?
With that little power thing I got now, or
not
or is
even
that like
with oh, if you're gonna use the power thing, then that's free. Then it doesn't cost anything. It just takes your so you don't have to worry about the gold cost. All right.
Yeah, I was just making like a
yeah, simple as it is a +2 now.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I was making I was probably upgrading my own armor set to a +2.
Sure.
Yeah.
Very good.
All right. That's what Jimbo probably toils away as he he works with his new tools to see how great they feel. He also is thinking about what items to potentially get. He's looking at a book, like magic items for dummies or something.
Yeah, yeah.
And yeah, we can cut over to Brand or I guess Mo.
Bran, how long of a conversation would you like to have?
I did a lot of talking before. I'm perfectly fine if you want to cut.
Okay, yeah, I think I didn't realize that we're already coming up on 9:20 here, so if we have time we'll get to it.
Yep.
And maybe we will, part to it next time.
Mhm.
All right, back to Eastgard.
Party time, baby.
It is party time. Hold on, can I get like? Let me see here. Wait, there's like a gala night. Hold on, what's this like? Like festival town? That's too fancy. That's about right. You see this party break out. It's not like a rager or anything like that. What you do see is these kindly hill dwarves acting as almost a I want to say they're like working as a glue to keep this thing from getting too out of hand, but also to serving everyone themselves, getting things done. These hill Goliaths that you've met are all like quite portly that you can see, but they also look like I don't know if you've run into ogres, but they just like their skin looks very thick. They're just like these wide guys, and maybe not as tall as you are, but they look stocky, and yeah, their giant even is pretty simple a lot of the time, but they seem to be getting along. The giants that they hang out with though are the problem causers here. But the gist that you get is that they're here to basically protect everybody. As dangerous as they are, there are worse things out there, and at least as like brothers and cousins, these people can coexist and live and build something together. So you are just smelling all different sorts of foods and drinks. People are eating here. It seems like these guys eat a lot. And some people show it, some people don't. But the giants don't seem to ever stop eating. You take a stroll around. What are you doing? What are you doing at this party?
I'm embracing the culture, appreciating being with fellow kin of sorts. Meeting folks, trying foods, trying to save the food I made for the king. So I'm looking either for where he might be, and or if I could run into Nomad if he's around.
I would say that go ahead and make an investigation check. Why don't we do that?
Sure.
You're going to be able to find the king, but can you find Nomad? Looking around the area, you do see that familiar, almost caveman-looking fella, who, as he spots you, kind of points to some of these other friends of his, and clock you and begin to approach. His arms stretched out wide as he gives you a very fond embrace. The rest of them kind of look and begin asking you questions about your journeys and things like that. Right before you even have a chance to really speak, you're starting to get swarmed by these younger Goliaths, who you'd guess are in like early 20s, teen years, that kind of stuff. It looks like he has a number of scouts like himself that he kind of conversates with.
Nice. Hey there, sorry. Hey there, Nomad. How are you? How's it been?
I'm so happy to see you.
I didn't understand a word you just said, Fib. I'm so sorry.
Here's your problem.
Ah. Understood. Seem to be enjoying the festivities. And
Oh,
point to the rest of the group. You guys as well?
you get one of them. Yeah, of course. I love this place. Are you kidding? It's like this kind of like scrawny looking one. You notice that he actually has like a second little head on his shoulder, and that was the voice that you were hearing.
Eyes go wide for a second and then just accepting it all. Well, Nomad, you seem like you started the party a bit early.
Yeah, gotta start it a little early because honestly, if it gets too late, then the wolves start attacking, and well, we don't want that. So it's better if we, get drunk now, and the night watch can come out at a reasonable hour and not have to clean everything up.
I understood. Well, if you wanna join me, I'd love to hear what you've been up to since we've last talked. On my way to meeting with the king.
He nods, walking. I've been walking. And you fill each other in. He will lead you to the vast eating table of King Tallbelly. You spot him across the way. You don't know if he's a giant or if he is a Goliath, but either way, he's massive. You see this, like, very oddly proportioned guy, big head, even, like, taller, like, torso. His arms are, like, massive, like, they almost, like, reach his feet, and his legs are, like, really short. But his torso is just, like, it looks, like, extended, and he's got this massive gut. And he's just feasting with all these guys who are just, like, laughing and, falling over each other, drunk already. The party has just started.
Everybody's already where they need to be.
Yes.
Well, I use my thaumaturgy and, as long as I can go. Your Highness, may I beg a moment of your time?
He looks over to you, points, and just starts laughing, like this big, hearty, like, and he gestures you to come over, as he kind of recognizes a little bit of the heraldry that's on you. He kind of claps, and these two, like, kind of strange-looking fellas, that are actually, like, made of, like, twigs, and branches, come out and bring this, like, big chair for both you and, two different chairs for you and Nomad to share. And you get to conversating with this king. What do you say? He slaps the table over, and he kind of puts down this, like, big ham bone that he's been chewing on. You don't know what it could possibly be to. It's like massive. And he looks at you with this, like, he's got, like, a few of his teeth missing. He gives you this, like, big, like, genuine smile as you take a seat. He doesn't have, like, a crown or anything like that. You don't think he's that kind of king. He looks towards you. Well, I've heard quite a bit about you, Moenheim. Both conversations with your fellow here, and also the fella you beat up in my temple not too long ago. What can I do for you, my friend?
Well, Your Highness, before we begin, I'd like to offer you this food I made and this drink I've made myself for you. He kind of, like, nudges the guy who's, like, asleep next to him already. And he kind of, like, bangs on the table. You brought me food, did you? Right. Well, very polite, aren't you? Let me have a taste. And he starts just, like, scooping, like, 4 servings into his mouth.
And as he does so, like he gets about halfway to a swallow, and you see like tears begin to fall down his cheeks. And then he swallows, and he looks at you. My God. You're hired, boy.
Uh, as I'm handing a plate and a cup of Coda's drink to Nomad, I go, hired. Your Highness, I believe there's a misunderstanding.
It's not a real position. It was a jest. I go through chefs like I go through toothpicks. You see, and not in a bad way. They just get tired. You see.
Ah, I see. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed the meal. I put a lot of thought into this one for you.
I can tell. I can tell. Well, next time you stop by, make sure you bring me more. What can we do for you today, friend?
Well, I'm here for actually a couple of reasons. Not sure how much you know of the ways of what's going on out there in the world outside of Inuldir, but
Nothing. And that's one of the ways I like to keep it.
Well, I'll keep it simple. I spoke with Coda not too long ago myself, and I am on a path to try to reunite our kin.
Well, that's wonderful. And are we the first that you've reached out to in such a grand journey?
Yes, of course. I immediately thought of my time with Nomad and how great of a people he must have come from.
Ah, you're a wise one. See, you bring our cousins down here, and we'll throw them a feast they won't forget, right? And maybe together we can figure something out. You know, brother to brother.
It'd be a sight to see, if I do say so myself. But speaking of land, I sort of have some plot of land. If you wanted to check out one day, Your Highness, out on that planet somewhere over, and I point to the sky randomly. I believe that way.
Well, how are we getting there?
Well, I have a ship, and we have multiple means of transport.
Oh,
But it isn't the safest place currently, but we are working on it.
well, you know that we don't necessarily. We take precautions, right? But safety's a little thing to us. Let's conversate about that when it's a bit more appropriate of an hour. In the meantime, I do recommend you maybe ask around. We've got plenty of mercenaries here that are looking for something a bit more far-fetched than what I have to offer most days. The other thing I would recommend, we have had some conversations with the ogre folk, which are giants too, you know. They're quite good sailors. Maybe have a conversation with them. Seek their aid. They're everywhere, you see.
I appreciate your guidance, Your Highness, and I will do so. Then I turn to Nomad. Nomad, you also are a reason I am here.
Yeah.
Wanted to see if you would join me on my journey to meet other giants and Goliaths.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay.
I think, well, I've walked these roads between fellows here on Nellendeer and Inudir, and I think it's time that maybe we walk other paths, but I don't want to go up north because it's scary up there.
No worries. As long as you're with me, I assure you'll be fine.
Damn right.
But sizing up King Tallbelly. Your Highness, I hope this isn't too presumptuous of me, but how do you feel about going a couple rounds with me?
Oh, please, not while I'm eating, you see. Last time and this, like, little, like, impossibly little Goliath, like, comes out of, like, in between the plates, and looks up at you. He has, like, this, like, watermelon-sized head, but, like, I want to say, how would I say it? Maybe a 2-foot body.
No.
Like, maybe?
A bobblehead?
Yeah, basically a bobblehead. You have seen all sorts of misshapen, just like odd looking fellas around here. And he kind of like walks over, and he's like, he does not fight usually. He's got an ulcer. And like as he says that, King Tallbelly like throws a ham at him. And he's like, oh well, I just. Yeah, you understand. I'm in a position of power. I can't. And then everybody just starts like looking at him. All right, fine. A couple rounds, you say. What? First person on their back wins.
First person to put the other. Yes, Your Highness, just like you said.
Right. We have a game, you see here. I'll show you. You might like it. And he gets up, and you hear his chair cry out in relief as he does so. And he walks over to this, like, almost like carved chalk circle, that's, like, made out of, almost like a powder that's been put onto, like, sand. All right, Bo, all you gotta do, stand opposite to me. All right. And it's like this circle, and each semicircle is divided it for each one of you.
Okay. Not sure what's going on, but I'm here.
All right. Now all
no.
you do is give me a little push when I say go. All right, I'll push you back, and whoever falls first wins.
All right. And then right before I go ahead and do the, actually named it Giant Surge from my armor.
Oh, you'll grow huge.
Yeah.
You will grow to about the same size as him, a little bit bigger. As he like looks up at you, he's like, "Well, are you? That's cheating a little, but to each their own. I'll assume that you're you don't want to lose. Maybe I won't lose either." He looks back, and he pulls out this booze bottle, and he starts to glug it. And you watch his eyes begin to like visibly spin. And he shuts them, and he opens them up, and they are like, they're like beet red after that point. And he gives you a wink. All right. And he preps this sumo battle. I'd like you to go ahead and make contested strength checks, not athletics this time, against King Tallbelly. Oh my god, we tied. All right. So at that first collision, he starts smacking you back, but you also like give your own sort of answer to that. Maintain your own footing while also putting him at odds. Everybody kind of cheers as you don't instantly beef it to this guy. You have the exact same modifier, so this is going to come down to a dice roll. Basically a coin flip. Go ahead and roll again. Well, I suck at coin flips. You knock him over. You push him out of his circle, and he kind of trips back and falls, and you watch as his gut, as he falls down, kind of like slushes up and like almost like covers his face and then goes back down again. As he like starts laughing, and everybody just starts laughing. And he starts to like kind of squirm around on the sand for somebody to like help him up.
I shrink back down and go over to help him.
Yep. You get him up. He laughs, and then he kind of like has to stop laughing for a minute. He's like trying to hold it all in, and then he like starts breathing again. You see why I don't do this very often. I'm not so much a warrior as the rest of you, but wisdom. That's maybe where I hold my own. Let's go back to eating now. I'm hungry as always. Goes back to his table.
It was my honor, Your Highness.
Of course, of course, of course. Well, listen. You're always welcome here, boy. As far as we're concerned, customary. You've gone above and beyond here. I do say I'm very happy to meet one like yourself. Now tell me about your homeland.
Everbreak. It is cold, I will say. It has never bothered me. It's way up in the mountains. I know, these hills are pretty high, but these mountains get pretty steep. Little harsher. Farming, wildland, yeah. Wilds aren't always there. Can't always find the animals, but, we do our best. I'm not sure Nomad would like it, but I enjoyed it just fine. I'm not really sure much more of Everbreak.
I mean, that was a pretty good summary, honestly. To be honest with you, I look forward to working more on these nations as I change them for next campaign, because I don't know a lot yet.
Nice.
So, did my mouse just die? No, not yet. All right, it is dying. He tells you a bit about the early days of this town. Their people are only 20 years old. This nation of theirs is extremely young. They were just placed. So he tells you about the placement and how he came to power. And he basically was just he used to be sort of a warrior. But what he really could do was conversate and keep heads calm, which for their people was very important. He was able to convince the giants that lived within the hills of their home to actually work with them instead of treat them as prey. And then they were very happy to meet the hill dwarves to the south, and build this town together. And basically every other town, he says, is just travelers and things like that. They don't have very many permanent settlements of any kind. They're always on the roam for more food.
I know Nomad spoke with Spirit Ode. Have you had a chance to make contact with Hal Hazar yet?
No. I understand that very soon I'll have a way of doing so. I don't remember necessarily. Spirit Ode is a king?
Oh, no. He, let's say he's sort of my boss.
Oh.
He has a lot of political pull in the city. He does good things for many of folks.
So he's like a chief.
Good comparison.
All right. Okay. Sure. Be happy to meet him. I also have to meet that fellow down south.
Oh, King. Remind me his name.
I think it's I don't actually remember. Is it Agram?
The Arrogant?
Arrogant. Yeah, Stonefellow.
Arrogant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, from what I understand, he thinks I've kidnapped, a good portion of his population and are eating him or something. But that's only happened a few times, okay?
That's fair.
Happens to the best of us.
Yes, indeed. Well, I hope you get to meet him soon, and as soon as me and Nomad get word of more temples and such. By the way, do you know of any more Coda temples I might be able to find around here?
Oh, well, most homes have something or other. We tend to keep little effigies here and there. If you want to go to a specific part of town, then maybe you could collect some here and there if that is something that you need to go visit. Other than that, it might be hard to track down the specific tribes that are up in the hills there.
Understood. I'll do a flyby if necessary.
I want to say, once you find a tribe, you should be able to always find them. And, they take these things with them, you see.
That is good to know. I appreciate your wisdom in teaching me the ways of our kind.
Very happy to do so. Hey! To Moenheim, everybody. It's like the 10th toast he's done.
Well, I don't think he knows he can't get drunk for 2 days now.
That's true. I feel funny, but not in the right way.
You just never drank enough, and I gave him the rest of the. Can't remember the own name of the own drink that I made. Oh, the Coca-Cola that I made for him.
Yeah.
Well, Your Highness, enjoy. I'll go mingle and find out those mercenaries you speak of.
Good. Well, we'll have to talk more later about whatever you need. I have a big longhouse down that way. And he kind of just points towards a center of town, which is like right up on a like larger dock area, where like fishing boats and stuff like that come in. You see a sort of large dwarven structure, and then right next to that you see a large Goliath structure.
Well, appreciate it, Your Highness. I'll take that as you offer me a room for the night, and I'll definitely get with you a little later.
Very good.
Pleasure meeting you.
He gives you a big hearty handshake, which is like, he's got this like big greasy hand, and you are whisked away, almost to the rest of the night. Is there anything else you wanted to do here?
I'll be spending the night networking, finding the mercenaries, the ogres, whether the Goliaths might join the cause or join me, trying to build an army or fallen.
You meet a 3-armed Goliath. He's got 2 right arms. His name is Scrug. And he will join your band for the day. Go ahead and make a persuasion check for everybody else. He has a couple other friends that'll join with him. And they're just kind of a not necessarily unsuccessful like little group of Goliaths. They're just they're not very like battle hardened or anything like that.
How is my persuasion so low? Okay.
But Scrug is a berserker, if you want to write this down. And then everybody else is a tribal warrior, I believe. Let's see.
Question: who is slipping thalidomide to all of these Goliaths?
Yeah. You will get 20 tribal warriors and Scrug, and together you can make up their little warband name.
Nice. They require food or money? What is their
they just want to hang out. They're just bored.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Awesome sauce.
They will find their own food, and they do not have much expectations as far as cash goes. They're also like all wearing like basically loincloths, and they have like sticks. So
nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Good to know. Very basic group.
Yeah.
All right, and then we dance the night away.
Yeah.
Brand, I gave you 10 minutes. I hope that was enough. I'm sorry.
We're all good, man.
Yeah,
all
either way.
good.
Either way. Oh, my mouse has died. Fuck. All right. Oh, nope. I got it back for a few seconds. Hold on.
Plug it in.
I will run upstairs and get new batteries while I will be able to hear you the whole time. Hopefully. But why don't you tell us what your thoughts are going into this change the music in this place, into this chantry of the dusk.
He steps in, and the world is a very different place to him now than it was when he was here last. And he just takes a chance to slowly walk around and visit some of the niches. Nothing that's like full out worship at the moment, but kind of paying some respects. And although he's pretty sure he has figured out what happened with the sister who had greeted him when he first decided to not quite fight his lot in life, he keeps an eye out anyway. And then decides that probably he needs to start to head to speak to the master of the chantry, and starts asking for where he can go see Maestrum. Name starts with an L, but all of my notes for all of this got torched in the
It's
car.
like Lysilis, right, or something?
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah, Master Lysilius, who is, I believe, a member of the Elven race, right? That
Yes.
your father was. Yep. One of the Moon Elves of Eldaria. He greets you, and you can tell that he is not under too much stress recently, because despite the Eversong cannon going off behind him and everybody, he has not actually had too many unexpected tragedies that he's had to deal with as of late. People die here and there. There's a funeral planned, it looks like, later today, but it looks like today is as good a day as any. And as you have returned from your voyage, you've gone to to see the Raven Queen a couple times now. He almost has like oh, I'm happy to see you. I'm excited to see what this conversation is going to be about. Just kind of like a surprise to him. He kind of glides over a little bit, and gives you not so much of a bow, but an acknowledgement, like a gesture, as he kind of opens his hands to you. It's very good to see you, Bran. Is all well?
Bran gives him a very formal nod, bow, but with a smile as he comes back up. Master Lysilis, I suppose as well as it can be in times like these. I'm sure I don't have to tell you, living here in Halhazar with the Eleanor's defenses going off
I don't
regularly.
I don't really know what that is for yet. Nobody's told me. We just are told it's a good thing.
We are working with the court in order to continue to push back the darkness.
Oh, well, that seems like a good thing.
It has, in the grand scheme of things, yes. I don't know where my accent went. In the grand scheme of things, yes. But I do have to say that it's a bit of a full press on every front. There's not a single one of the court that doesn't seem to perhaps be having to not deal with a front in their own planes. I actually have spent some time in the Shadowfell, helping assist the Lady Lord Severito and the rest, pushing back in a giant rift that had been forming uh, there, and then my compatriots and I were fighting beside Lord Valkun um, in order to defeat a large champion of the evil and chaos there. So no rest for the weary or the wicked in the grand scheme of things, I suppose you could say.
Well, goodness. Uh, if you need to rest here, then that is something that you can do. We can make a space for you if you'd like. We can give you some.
I
Go on.
I appreciate it. I honestly do, but I do have multiple places where I could lay my head tonight, and not have to take your time, your resources, or any of those sorts of things.
Oh no. This is well. I figured while you're here, I could at least put you to work a little bit. Was my intention. Rest,
But of
yes.
course,
Rest, yes. But no, just yeah, I stick a book in your hand and you just have conversations with some of our new inductees. You see.
I I honestly would enjoy a chance to speak to them. I have had a chance to have a very good and meaningful conversation with Our Lady the last time I was there.
Good, good.
Um, and he kind of smirks and says, I've even been given a bit of a blessing, and he clicks his heels together with a smirk and then steps through the wall that's to the side of him and pops back out just behind Master Lysilis on the other side.
You have been given something that, well, I've maybe only I heard in scripture about the original homeland of our faith. So she's taken you in. It seems.
Bran gives a solid nod. It's comfortable and confident, with a bit of a smirk because he's Bran.
Yeah.
But not light. I know I don't have to tell you exactly how poor of a clergy member my history has been, but I hope that no one has ever doubted my devotion to the lady. She and I have been able to speak and come up with a way in which I can be of great service as much as I can to her. And in fact, she has asked me to serve and to speak, not just to the souls who have yet to been able to pass into the flame and have their books written, but also to those who would serve her. Apparently, a bit of the take that my nan had is original, but one that she kind of favors a bit herself. So, yes, I would love to talk to some of those that are new devotees.
Good, good. Well, as you are placed with this charge, I again would offer my services and the services of the Chantry whenever you should need them. I'm very curious to see what sort of work she's put you on. Not that it's my place to pry, you see. It's not that sort of interest. I just simply... I can't wait to see what we gain from it. Do you understand?
I do.
Good, good.
We are all one in one front. And a, a bit of a psychopomp on some aspects, I suppose you could say. But then in the rest of it, an understanding that although we often think of death and the lady as cold, perhaps distant, um, that endings are beginnings, and that she treasures each and every story that's written here in the world.
I like to think that she's never too far away, and that's something to keep us humble. Come, this way. I do have, let's see, and he goes through, and he grabs a few things. Brent, with your new knowledge and things like this, if you ever would like to put forward some writing to us, we can review it and have it posted here for others to read as well. Scripture of your
I
own.
will- Oh, I don't know if I'd go so far as that, but I'm happy to write what I've learned and share what I can from my conversations
So,
with the Maven.
so Raven Queen's scripture, and I'm not like correcting here, but from what you understand, it is almost a lot of it ends up being either either stories about encounters with the Raven or across the Shadowfell, histories of the Shadowfell. A lot of it ends up being personal stories
Okay.
about accepting, like, either the path of the Raven, death itself, things like that.
Okay.
So that is kind of the what he's talking about as far as that sort of scripture. He's not talking about like, I want you to write the New Testament. He's just saying, like, any kind words that you'd like to put out there, I would love to feature them.
And he will happily agree to write all that he can.
Yeah. So you go back. You are visited for as long as you want by not just new devotees, but some just people around town who know who you are now, and talk things over with you, and you get this you get a sense that you're already doing it. Your charge is already actively being accomplished. Maybe not to the capacity that you'd like just yet, but you are doing something. And people are appreciating it.
Hello.
That would put a very big smile on his face in the middle of what could potentially be, to a lot of folks, a very gloomy spot in the middle of Halhazar.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, you know what? Maybe they should put up more palm trees. You're right. All right, guys. It's 10:05. I think we'll call it there. Bran, if we need to, we can pick up here next time though. For sure.
Okay.
If you'd like.
Yeah, I mean, I think we can talk about what he'll end up wanting to do.
Yeah.
From here and that sort of thing.
That's a good plan. That's a really good plan. All right. Good stuff, guys. We will end here.
Right.
Bye.